I know right then was my rock bottom because I had seen what sobriety looks like and still let alcohol control my life. And that was huge. Just having that realization and just knowing I can't do this on my own.
Welcome back to the Hopeaholics podcast. I'm your girl, Natalie Eva Marie.
And I'm Chad Carlson, and you're listening to the #1 addiction and mental health podcast.
And you guys, if you or a loved one is struggling, make sure you head to askevamarie.com or chaddick.com and chat with one of our AI companions 24/7.
Or text the number right here on the screen.
Together, we are breaking the stigma around addiction and mental health.
And fighting the fentanyl epidemic.
Now, let's get into the episode.
Ryan, welcome to the Hopeaholics podcast. We don't have any crazy intros. We just fucking go.
Just roll.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I kind of like I feel like some of the stuff I stole from Joe Rogan, because you ever turn on the Joe Rogan podcast and they just start talking.
Yeah, just conversation.
Just conversation. Yeah, dude.
Are we recording right now?
Yeah.
We're live.
All right, we're live.
We're
recording live.
All right, awesome. I like it. So it's really nice to come out here and meet you guys.
Yeah, welcome to California.
It's worth the trip. I don't know if I'd want to live in LA, but I like coming here for a few days all the time. So
yeah, we would definitely, maybe, at least I can speak for myself, possibly Natalie, we would not want to live in LA. we live in the beautiful Orange Orange County, and we barely leave our bubble, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
I will preference, I did live in LA for quite some time in my early youth. Yeah. But now in my ripe young age now, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But
what brought you guys to LA in the first place? Was it WWE or something? Or?
No, I finished college out in Orange County, actually, and then I moved to Los Angeles to dabble in exactly what you go to Los Angeles for. See the lights, the glamour, the action, and see what it's all about.
Yep.
And fortunate for me.
So basically bartend or what, bottle service?
Bottle service during the day and
hustle
hopefully you get a yes during the...
Hope to get a what do they call them? Audition during the day?
And get hopefully you get some
type of job. It actually did work out for you.
It did. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus.
That's how she got the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
An audition.
Yeah. You know, my cousin was Hulk Hogan. He passed away. But
wow.
He's my second cousin, though. My grandma's brother's son.
Interesting. Is that why your at is rock bottom with Ryan? Is there some wrestling theme in there?
No, I was a big fan of The Rock back in the day, but no, it had nothing to do with that. It was just like hitting rock bottom and coming back from it. You know, it's kind of like a lot of the purpose on your guys' show. I like to hear stories on my podcast about people that describe their lowest point and then how they crawled out of it.
Sure.
And I heard the other day I was interviewing somebody and they said that there is no such thing as rock bottom that has trap doors or whatever, which I thought was a good statement because it's true. It's like I thought I hit rock bottom about 10 times and it just kept getting lower and lower.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not enough to change.
It can always go deeper.
Yeah.
You know, it can always go deeper.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it varies too. Like everybody is, what I've learned at least is like everyone's rock bottom is going to be very, very different. But I do believe that our rock bottoms are similar because something happens within our soul that we are done. Exactly. Or like what we need to like somehow crawl out of. So like you hear in stories, and whether it's in the rooms or people just sharing their experience, strength, and hope on podcasts, it's like, you know, it goes from rock bottoms, from being homeless to jails to institutions. And then you have the housewife that has everything, and none of those things have happened. No wrecking of cars, no DUIs, no arrests. Mm-hmm. And she feels the same pain as somebody that has been done prison time, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like a rock bottom is a variety for a magnitude of people, but it's very similar from like something deep in our soul.
I agree.
Is really broken.
And something tells us to change, you know, and we all have that
sure.
same feeling. But like, even though we all have different sets of problems, like it's all relative.
For sure.
Because what's really traumatic for me may not be traumatic for
Correct.
somebody, you know.
But it's the most traumatic thing for you.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where people's perspective is very different, but that's what makes it beautiful is that people regardless of where you're from, how you were raised, you can relate to somebody out there, because definitely what I've learned, especially being a part of the podcast, is like all of us relate on the same level.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Like no one's doing this. No one is alone. Like
I know.
everybody feels that loneliness and insecurity and not good enough, or I can't do this, or my life is over, or I can't go on, I can't go through.
Yep. What was your moment, can I ask? And I don't know a ton about your history, but I'm kind of curious what your moment was where it's like, I need to turn around and...
I think there's I think as I get older, it kind of changes looking back, because you have such a cloud. But I think there's multiple times and events of things that have happened, because when I'm early on in my 20s and then having to go to jail, and like I'm sitting in my cell thinking like, this is not how I was raised, nor the person, so I can consider like that a moment. But once I was released, I was out doing the same damn thing within 12 hours.
Yeah.
So like, is that really my rock bottom? I don't think so, because obviously there wasn't something in me to make such a significant change. I think it's a cumulative kind of decision making, and continuously everything is still staying the same. And I did not like who I was. And I finally got to a point where I'm like, I'm either going to kill myself, or I'm going to try something completely different.
Yeah.
And these people that I'm hearing by going to meetings and stuff, they can't all be spewing a lie, because they're all saying the same damn thing.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to give this a go.
Yeah, when I see people come into meetings and everybody's in a good mood and not one person drank that day, I'm just like shocked, you know? Like, I thought the meetings were BS too at first. I came in to my first meeting ever like 8 years ago, and I was sitting at a bar right beforehand, and I told my now ex-wife that I was going to go to a meeting, but I went to a bar instead, and had some shots, told my buddy, hey, I told my wife I was going to go to a meeting. I feel like a liar. He's like, well, we could actually make it not a lie and go to this meeting I know about a couple blocks away. So we ended up going to the meeting, and I was plastered, and I just felt really bad because everybody was so nice and welcoming to me, and I just felt stupid because I went in intoxicated. And I left, and I didn't go to another meeting for 8 years. And,
Oh, wow.
And I came out to Lewiston, Idaho, and finally had another rock bottom, going to the hospital, and then went to treatment, and then started going to the meeting. And it's like people are collecting chips for 30, 40 years, and they're still going in every day. And I was like, something has to be working. So I just kept going.
Where are you from?
Seattle originally, but I live in a smaller town in Idaho.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did siblings?
I have a sister in Nashville who I'm very close with, and I had a sister who passed away a few years ago of a fentanyl overdose, and that was really tough because she and I were best friends, and you know, I had helped her clean up a few times, and she got clean and got a job working for Steve Aoki, the DJ, and she was doing fashion for him on concerts and stuff. She had her dream job, but she went and used one time and overdosed and died.
Wow.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. I had to share the news with my mom the next morning, and it was just like, for a year, I was just kind of like in a cloud. I didn't even cry, you know. I think finally it all hit me, and then I started drinking really heavy again. So,
Wait, were you sober when she passed?
I was what I call controlled drinking, like drinking 5-6 beers a night, which is a lot for some people, but for me, I wasn't reliant on it, dependent on it. Like, I wasn't waking up with the shakes. I could go to work. So I was what I call a functional alcoholic at the time. But then when something would happen and I'd get in my own head, then I would become a dysfunctional drinker and just keep pounding them back and switch to whiskey. And then, you know, that's when all the problems would start.
Scotch to brandy.
Yeah.
That's what it says in the book.
Yeah, I know. It's like only on the weekend.
Only on the weekend. That never worked. I can never shoot dope just on the fucking weekends, man.
Yeah.
Never worked out for me.
Oh, my last relapse, you know how those boxes of wine, have bags in them.
Oh, yeah.
I would take it out of the box, keep it under my bed, and just pour it into my mouth in order to like get up and start putting my like. It was sad.
That's like literally the same thing that I did, except for I would have my syringe loaded, and I would put it inside of my. It just sounds disgusting. I'd put it inside my shoe. I mean, it was capped and everything, but still
Yeah.
nasty. Now that I think about it, that was fucking nasty.
It's a lot of bacteria, I think.
In my and I wasn't showering regular back then.
Somebody
either.
shooting up, they're
right,
not worried
right.
about that, I think.
No,
No,
not at
but
all.
what's funny is sometimes people are shooting up because, like, our real job is, we own treatment centers, and, but like, the funny thing is people will be shooting dope, and then they get to rehab and they want to eat all organic all of a sudden.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
Right?
Yeah, when I was like at my worst, I was ordering like delivery, DoorDash,
Yep.
alcohol, and then any meal I would have, which was like once every 3 days,
Yep.
would be crap.
Yeah.
I got out of rehab and I'm like yogurt, canola, fruit. Just like-
Yeah.
Just only organic for me.
yeah, shop at Whole Foods now.
Yeah.
I actually do though. I've gone
too.
completely organic, but I did it for health reasons. I used to kind of laugh at it, but I think what we eat is important.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
And as you know,
You
it's
are.
my birthday, so fucking I'm getting old.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
awesome. You don't look 52. That's
Thanks,
crazy.
thanks. Yeah, Emily said I didn't look a day
Sorry, I
over
said your age on-
50. And Emily said I didn't look not one day over 50.
That's nice of her.
Yeah, I know. she's like I never said that. I just like to do that kind of stuff. Bro, like, you got a podcast.
Yeah.
When did you start this bad boy?
So I was on a road trip this past summer, and I was listening to another podcast that was talking about traumatic stories, like people that were in abusive relationships, toxic. And I just got into it on this road trip down south and then back. So it was like 8-day trip where I listened to the show, and I was like, I could do this because I have so much to say about my story and life and my experience with drugs and alcohol, cocaine and alcohol, in particular. Those were my problems. And I want to hear more people and what they're saying. It's like then I started going on Instagram, which I was never a social media guy, and just started looking at, there's a lot of people on here sharing their stories. And I just got inspired, and I thought I was just going to maybe have a few friends come on. And I did, just audio, and they shared their stories, and I started seeing people were listening to it, and I'm like, oh, it's cool. I'm going to call it Rock Bottom with Ryan, because I'm hearing these very, a lot of the stories are sad, but they have a positive ending. So I want to hear exactly what got you to that point, what went through your head the moment you turned the corner, and now you're 10 years sober, And I started really getting into that, and then the more episodes I did, I had my co-host, Rachel Sereni. Shout out to Rachel. She's awesome. And she is somebody I interviewed at the end of season 1, and we just kind of hit it off. And I was like, I want to co-host for some episodes, And she's like, I wanted to do podcasting anyways. So she comes on once a week for one show, and then I do the other couple episodes myself with
nice.
people I usually find on Instagram.
Yeah.
How many episodes are you dropping a week?
3.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
a lot.
When we
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
started, we did 5.
Yeah. But I mean,
That's insane.
Emily, could you imagine?
That's
It was
crazy.
just Michelangelo too, huh?
yeah.
Our clips were terrible though because they were all done with AI, all of them back then in the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm just trying. For some reason, the little link on my thing to your
Didn't work.
no, did yours?
Yep. I'm looking at it right now.
No, the link on there. Can you click to?
Oh, I want to know when your rock bottom was. Because where are you at right now with your sobriety?
I'm at almost 16 months.
Nice.
So I had a pretty hard relapse, but my rock bottom was definitely, I stopped. I had this injury that one night I decided in the middle of the night after I drank like probably 12 glasses of wine, worth, and decided to go on a run at 4 a.m. just to kind of be like, I'm starting to get better now. I'm going to work out again. I'm going to detox on my own.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, I started having like this seizure or something while I was running and fell down concrete steps. I can show you the picture. I have it right here. It's disgusting. And my eye was practically falling out. I lost all
Oh my
vision in it.
gosh.
Lip was cut down to here. Teeth were knocked out. all
Oh
from-
damn.
Yeah, so I took a hard fall, and I didn't even feel it. I went home, and then the person I was who was my roommate at the time came in and was like, "Holy crap, you need to go to the hospital." And I looked down, there's just blood everywhere. So I went to the hospital and stayed there for a week, healed up, and got sober for 3 months. I was going to meetings and stuff, but I wasn't really embracing it. But one day, something just took over, and I went and bought one thing of wine. I'm like, I'm just going to have one, because the anxiety started kicking in, and that turned into 2 months of non-stop drinking to the lowest point ever, and ended up in the hospital from withdrawal symptoms. I had a seizure in the shower, and I was thinking to myself in the hospital bed, I'm going to get sober on my own. And then this lady comes in. She happened to be a nun at the school I went to when I was a kid, and she recognized my name on the
Wow.
on the list. She usually reads people her rights when they're going to pass away.
Oh yeah.
She came in and told me that you're going to die if you don't get help, and you're not going to do it on your own. And she prayed for me. And I'm not a spiritual person,
Sure.
especially at the time, but now I'm becoming more into higher power and everything. But then I told myself, you know what? I got on my phone shaking, looked for rehabs, had my mother and my sister help me, and we checked into rehab. But I know right then was my rock bottom, because I had seen what sobriety looks like and still let alcohol control my life. And that was huge. Just having that realization and just knowing I can't do this on my own. I really can't. And some people can, and I, shout out to them, but like I couldn't do it on my own. So rehab saved my life.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that was 16 months ago.
Yep. I had a drink since.
You had
Nice.
our buddies on your show, I see here.
Yeah.
The Undead Club.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They are, huh?
That was one of my favorite episodes I did. They're the coolest couple ever.
Yeah, they're great.
I ordered some of their clothes the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're really cool. So yeah, I've found a lot of good guests, and a lot of times they reach out to me, and it's been really cool.
Yeah,
I've
that's
only been
what
doing this
ends up
6
being
months.
really cool.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even really do anything anymore. All of our guests reach out to us, and then
Yeah.
hopefully, I mean, I'm sure we miss so much.
I know.
But what ends up happening a lot of times now is I think they'll do the Hopeaholics and me. They probably do you too, but like she ain't checking her suggested fucking DMs.
Oh, I know. I'm like
I
6 million
try.
followers. I'm
I
like,
try.
she probably gets a lot of messages. I was gonna message today, hey, I'm gonna be late, but I'm like, she probably ain't gonna open that.
I just sent her. I was like, go search for this guy, because he sent me a honorary thing, and I'm sure he sent it to you too. And she's like, oh my God. On December 22nd.
Yeah. So
funny.
crazy.
Like, bro, I get
Yeah.
like 3 messages a day.
Yeah.
And they're all like Chuck Zamzow. Shout out to Chuck
Yes,
Zamzow.
Shout out to Chuck.
I get like 1 or 2 messages a day. I'm pretty happy, but
Yeah. You know.
got like 4,000 followers.
Yeah, it's good, dude.
That
I mean,
is
but
good.
this is good. It's like, this is how we start. This is how we
Yeah.
do this
Yeah.
thing.
In 6 months, I feel like I'm doing some things right, but still in a lot of room for improvement. But I mean, watching you guys and a lot of the stuff you're doing, the stuff you talk about, and with the guests and everything, that stuff really helps people like me get inspired to keep growing, and see the potential. So
There's
really
and
cool.
sky's the limit with this stuff, and I think the first, because here's how I see it, and we were the very first podcast of this kind. My son-in-law, just like your sister, died from fentanyl. And that's why I started this podcast, not because I wanted to do it, just because like God put it on my heart to be the voice for the people that have lost their lives, and because I knew what it felt like, and family members, and then for me it got even bigger, because like I'm in recovery, and I wanted to offer hope to people that are like hurting, because I was a retread, to hope to the point of like I just didn't even want to come back.
Yep.
And this is almost 3 years ago that we started the Hopeaholics podcast, and it's been so fucking cool. I mean, there was other stuff out there, like that guy that does soft white underbelly.
Oh,
I
right.
mean, he's been doing shit for way longer than us, and really cool guests, but his platform's different than ours. Yours is more similar to ours,
Yeah.
which is cool, and it's been like, it's spawned so many people doing podcasts
Yeah.
in this space, and like younger cool people like us. Not, I mean, I don't know if Natalie and I are cool, but
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
And we're not young.
we're not young. I'm not.
I'm
Like,
not either.
You guys were giving out free hugs the other day.
Yes,
Come on
we
now.
were.
It's
pretty nice.
I want to say that how cool it was that I won, because I thought no way in hell was I gonna win. And
I would like to just add that your thirstiness was pretty evident and prominent in probably the W.
I was just like telling people, I was like, hey, we're giving away free hugs. Some people would just look at me. They would be like, I'm not hugging you, dude. Like, no way.
Yep.
And one lady, she said, oh, that's really cool. And she just
No, she
kept,
said, "Oh, that's
just kept
nice.
walking.
Like,
Yeah.
let me get a steer clear from this."
we were inspired by our guest, though, you know, for 1 billion hugs.
1 billion hugs.
And I was
Breathe.
thinking about this, you know, I'll bet you every day in this world, there's over 1 billion hugs. If there's not, that's sad, because don't we have like 6 billion people on this planet?
Yeah.
And
But I think there's not. And that's
know.
the problem, is because we lack human connection in such a very odd time, because we have social media, which is supposed to connect us all in this like totally easier and like instant gratification way. Yet you have the reports of people, the suicide rate is the highest it's ever been. The depression, the people that are on antidepressants is the highest it's ever
mental
been.
health, highest. Addiction, worst ever.
The unhealthiest,
Yeah.
the worst way that we eat. I mean, Emily and I went to a comedy show and they actually talked on it, like, you know, making their bit on it. But like, we are the most unhealthy, or maybe it was a podcast I was listening to and we were talking about. I can't remember.
It's all
blurring
jumbled together
yeah.
right now.
But our Western culture is like really actually
A mess?
yeah, significantly different than other countries, even from like a health perspective, and like the way that we even just eat.
Yep.
So it's like all of it is such an interesting time, because we've grown so much in like a modern way, and there's so many things that are so advanced and so amazing and so great for us, but at the same time, like our human connection, our human empathy, our human like just love for one another has decreased significantly.
So true. Yeah. I mean, like, I came in and naturally was like, yeah, I'll shake hands, but you guys both hug. And I'm like, that's good. That's nice. That makes me feel more welcome right off the bat.
Yeah, we're 12-steppers, so we like hug people, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
And I hug everybody at my meeting. You know, it was just, it makes you feel good.
It does, and like it's really crazy. I never really thought of it. I've just always been like a hugger, until we had our guest on, Reed. And what hugs do to people is, I think we forget the importance of them. You know,
Yep.
it just kind of just goes to.
It also, it says a lot, like the Costco thing yesterday.
Yeah.
Dude, that was just literally just yesterday morning. The Costco thing yesterday, I think it says a lot it said a lot to me, that like we had t-shirts on that said free hugs. There was 100 people in that place and we got 13. You know, and actually we
that's
probably
so
got
true.
12. We had probably got 12
Because we got doubles.
We got double hugged
Yeah.
by a couple people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did you?
We'll
It
have
was
to
kind of
count.
cool. I ended up on 13, which is my favorite
Yeah,
number.
you're right.
Did you notice that? Yeah.
3 is my favorite number. But
3?
Yeah. Do you think, like, how much people expressing just casual affection to not just strangers, but anybody, how much does that stem from how you were raised in childhood? And
I think it's both. I think it can stem from like how you were raised, for sure. But I think that your environment is huge, where people are so caught up in hurry, 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 hurry. So like going off of what Chad is saying is that like we're wearing t-shirts and people don't even make eye contact with one another, because they're just like either in a rush or just so self-consumed that like we're lacking that just like making eye contact and saying, hi, how are you doing? You know, like that even changes people's entire day by just asking like how someone's doing or what's going on or whatever. I'm not saying that you have to like sit there for 30 minutes and have a conversation with a stranger.
Yeah.
But we passed so many people yesterday and
Got denied a couple.
well, and not even just looked at either. You know, where people are just scared to even like look up from whatever it is that they're doing.
Yep.
And so I think environment is a big one too, and I think that you have to actively. This is what Emily and I were talking about yesterday. Everything that we want to do in some type of growth manner is like you have to consciously, actively be cognizant of it on a day-to-day basis. So like I have to actively wake up and be like, how can I be of some sort of service to like somebody else other than myself, and be conscious about like, oh, if I'm going to go to a coffee shop, I'm going to make sure that I say hello to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to kind of have that in the forefront of your brain, as opposed to just like, I don't care, I got to go to work, I got to get this, I got to get the kids, I got to go only whatever it is, or day to day. Right. Yeah. So it's like, I think naturally it's easier to feel like you have your to-do list every single day. But for people to really kind of try to progress in that is as a daily practice, just like our program.
Oh yeah, no, I started giving a ride to he's like my best friend. He's 90 years old.
Oh wow.
And he's a buddy from the AA meeting, and I lived really close to him, and he couldn't drive anymore. They took his license away, so I started giving him a ride, and then I ended up moving further away to a different place, and I still told him I want to go pick you up and take you every day. And so every day when I wake up, I'm just kind of, that's something I look forward to. I can work on my podcast, and then around 11:30 I pick him up, and he and I have a great conversation in the car. Nice. And it's part of my day, and I feel like what I'm doing is service, but it's also helping me too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because in the craziest way, when we are of service, it does help us. It helps our self-esteem. It helps like all of these things that we also need. So with it seeming like it's either annoying or we have to go out of our way or it's time consuming to give somebody else either the time or the ride or the call or whatever, it actually pays it back to ourselves.
Exactly. Like even today I was on the airplane and a lady couldn't get her bag off.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty big bag. And I just said, oh, I'll get it. And I grabbed it. And then it struck up a conversation. She's like, hey, I saw that they took your microphone during the, when you were checking in through the,
TSA?
X-ray, TSA or whatever. They took your microphone out of your bag. Are you a musician? I'm like, no, I'm just a podcaster, and they asked me what it was about, and it just struck up a conversation, and they just said, oh, have a great day,
Exactly.
Really, thank you so much. And it was just because I grabbed her bag.
For sure. Exactly. And it's just like those nice,
I think it's so important to be nice.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, that it's such a good feeling to just be nice.
Yeah.
Like I smile at everybody. I mean, there are times when I feel like I'm too busy or maybe I'm grumpy.
And that's normal
though. But for the most part, man, I'm like, I like go in. I think I drive my wife a little bit crazy because I'll just talk to anybody. I'll in the grocery store line or whatever, and
I know I drive.
And as y'all know, Donna, she ain't the biggest,
right?
Opening up to strangers.
Sure. Yeah.
You guys are kind of yin and yang or something,
dude. When it was weird because when we first got together, she would go to the grocery store with me, whatever, and I would just we'd shop, get to fill up the cart and. She never said anything. We get in line, and I'd be talking to the person in front of us, and next thing I know, I'd like turn around to talk to her, and she'd be gone. I'd be like, where the fuck did she go? And I started like taking it personal. Like I was like, does she not like enjoy hanging out with me and was standing here? But then later I found out that she gets a lot of anxiety standing in line and blah blah blah, and so she'll just walk away.
Do you feel like you guys like you're running around, you're being social, you're passing off the kindness to everybody? Like how much of that do you think it's like based on your recovery? Because we probably weren't like that before we started using or during, so it's like we're recovered now. It's like I enjoy going to the store. I goof off at the grocery store, and it's like I just never liked that before I used, but it has to be some of that happiness that you gain being in recovery.
Yeah,
I think so. I think that you learn it for sure in recovery. I mean, I'm definitely like a homebody person. I don't like actively
go to the grocery store.
Yeah, but I once what I have learned about myself is like once I'm at the places, then I'm myself. Like then I'm outgoing and all the things. But if I could, which is probably part of my addiction too, is like I have no problem self-isolating.
Yeah.
I'm very okay with doing that too. So, but once again, it goes back to having to like consciously like make it an effort to do those types of things, you know. And I don't think that everybody's like that. I think that sometimes it comes naturally to others.
Yeah.
And then some people just like, you know how humans, some people can just like operate on 4 hours of sleep and fucking rock like for their whole life, where other people, they need for sure 8 to 9 hours or else like they can't function or things are a mess. I think it goes hand in hand with people's daily practices too.
Yeah. Everybody's different.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's learned.
Yeah.
Like you get to experience and watch other people. And then if you're in recovery, you get to kind of see how attraction rather than promotion, you get to see how other people are kind of like moving. And then you get to decide. And this is what I think, I can't remember who shared it in our podcast, but we talked about how, and we do this in recovery too, because at one point in time we're living a certain way. And then all of a sudden we switch it on a dime. Like we can switch, and like the same thing with how our emotions, how we feel, how we're acting, how we're doing, whatever. Like we have the power in our control to change at any moment in time.
Press that button.
You do.
Yeah.
And so it's like being kind of self-aware of that, because I think that any human being can be in a depressive or it's not the best season of their life, and then they can really go down a dark hole and stay there for a while.
The slippery slope.
Right. Or you can all of a sudden be like, I am totally in my head and not in a good place. I need to switch this shit up, and then change your state.
Exactly. Yeah. And isolation is probably one of the biggest things when it comes to addiction. You know, the more you isolate, the more you're probably using, the more you're, you know, no distraction.
Oh, I would just isolate. I mean, as a matter of fact, like the only time I'd go see people is when I needed to go pick up.
Totally.
And then I was just in my house alone by myself with, you know, the shadow people and other. You might not know the shadow people if you didn't do meth like I did. Cocaine sometimes gives you shadow people.
Yeah,
I did a lot of cocaine.
Me too.
Yeah.
That was my.
Yeah.
So cocaine gives you shadow people.
Cocaine for sure can give you shadow people.
Yeah.
I'd be having conversations with shadow people.
Yeah, like
Definitely.
One time he told me to clean up my house, and I packed everything in plastic bins. Woke up the next day later or whatever, and I'm like, what did I do? I think I was on Adderall as well.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
I was
Adderall
hyped up.
definitely.
So I organized my house.
Oh yeah.
I packed it to move, though. It looked like it was moving, and I was like, where's my toothbrush? Oh, it's in the bottom of that bin.
How crazy.
Yeah, it's just a
Good time.
This episode is brought to you by Wolfpack Bags. This gear is meant for anybody gym, lifestyle, to anybody that's on the move. I mean, I like to say that us here and everybody that tunes in, we're not average. We're always a wolf. They have all the goods that you need, especially for anybody that is looking for a bag to carry their meal prep, a lunch pail, anything like that. They have you covered. So once again, go to wolfpack.com, use the code Hopeaholics, save 10%, and join the pack. How many times do you remember like going? Because you mentioned that you were married, yeah?
Yeah.
And so when you were married, how long were you married for?
3 years.
And were you active in your addiction?
Yeah, I was. Right before we got married, I went on a really huge month-long bender. I was working from home and drinking 2 fifths of Fireball a day. Ended up in the hospital, and then quit drinking for 30 days, which was the most miserable because I didn't feel like I had much support. And she was still drinking. I think she was encouraging me, but not supportive. But then after 30 days, I told myself, well, if I can go 30 days, then I can control my drinking. And it just went downhill. So she drank more functionally than me. And I feel like I introduced her to cocaine too, just because I was doing it, and
Sure.
and her friends wanted to do it too. So I just went and got it and brought it around. And so I felt like pretty bad. So, you know, so our marriage basically, it could have been probably could have been a lot better if we were drinking, but we weren't really meant to be. I think she and I both agree on that, and we were both using. And then finally, I moved off to Lewiston and just kind of started fresh. But yeah, the marriage itself was pretty toxic just because of all the use. And
Sure. How old were you?
30.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been divorced since 2022, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many attempts did you try sobriety at any moment in your earlier years?
probably tried to quit like 10 times, but like actually try probably 3 times. And yeah, one was that one time I did it for 30 days. The second time was when I had 90 days and then drank some wine. And then third time, it's been 16 months almost. So, yeah.
What sparked you the day that you had mentioned you were at a bar and you were taking shots, and then you ended up at a meeting and you told your wife, right?
Yeah.
That you were going to go to a meeting?
Yep.
When was AA introduced to you? Because how did you want to go to a meeting?
She'd been telling me to, and I had one of our agreements because my drinking had got out of control. If she was going to stay with me,
Oh, okay.
you know, I had to start going to meetings. So I was like, yeah, I'll go to a meeting, but I went to a bar. And I obviously felt like a POS doing that and didn't want to seem like a complete liar. So my buddy mentioned the meeting, and I was like, okay, I'll see what an AA meeting looked like. And it was in Seattle, and it was a huge meeting, probably 80, 100 people or something with the podium and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So I was kind of intimidated by it, and I felt really guilty, the fact that I was completely plastered, and everybody was so nice, and I tried to beeline it out of the meeting after, and people stopped me and shook my hand and told me they hope I come back, and I'm like, no, I'm never coming back, because that was just like, I don't belong there. I can do this on my own, and yeah, so didn't go back for 8 years to another meeting. So
Wow.
yeah, but then when I did go again, I just felt different because I went sober. My face was basically torn up from that accident, and I couldn't even see out of this eye. Now it's healing. But once I went into that meeting, I met a couple of people that just kind of had this like imprint on me. Like they just gave me a hug, they looked at me, and they just really, really convinced me that coming back would help. And it did. It definitely did. But if you're going to go to those meetings, you really have to embrace everything you hear. Like you take what you want, leave the rest, but you really got to take it seriously for it to work.
Yeah, for sure. I think that like the most important part of the meetings is like the literature.
Yeah.
You know, like dive into the literature, get to know the literature.
Yeah.
Because like the literature was written by people that, I mean, I think it was fully inspired by spirituality and God and just, you know, goodness and healing and all these amazing things. And you can, regardless of whether you're reading, you know, Alcoholics Anonymous literature, Narcotics Anonymous literature, I can find myself in Alcoholics Anonymous literature, even though I don't really feel like, you know, I don't relate to all the stories because like I stuck needles in my arm, but that's not the point.
Yep.
It's how we felt. That's what makes us all the same.
We all lost our families. We all lost our money and our houses. You know?
Totally.
And it doesn't matter what substance you used. And that's why I love and embrace Narcotics Anonymous, because it literally, that's a piece out of our readings. It doesn't matter what or how much you used, who your connections were, what you have done in the past, how much or how little you have. But only in what you want to do about your problem and how we can help.
We all want the same thing.
Exactly.
We just want to get better.
Yeah.
Like we just want to stop feeling the way because, you know, like nobody skips into the rooms of a 12-step program. Nobody skips into the hallways of the rehab center.
Saying I'm killing it.
Like, you know, dude, like my marriage is good.
Totally. I got fucking employed.
My kids love me. I just got employee of the month.
Nobody comes in on a winning streak there.
No, exactly.
Jelly roll.
Jelly roll.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite ones when I do like a recovery post. I like to do the nobody walks through the doors
it's
on
true,
a winning
though.
streak.
It's like it's wild because it's like not one person. So it's like that's why I agree with like when people start getting like thinking too much about it, right? Because AA and like spirituality and rightfully so, because people have, you know, been in a sense brainwashed in an early age from humans messing up things. But when you dive into like the literature, that's what it's great. Like even the NA book, when I was reading it, it's fantastic. It's like it's so spot on, and it doesn't have to be the NA book. There's so much different types of substance books out there.
Like 12 by 12.
Yeah.
Oh, the 12 by 12 amazing.
Yeah.
Drop the Rock
Yeah.
is good.
But just do something for your recovery on a daily basis. You know, it's like
Oh wait, and the saying in meetings, don't try and look for the differences.
Look for the
Look for the
Look for the
similarities.
similarities.
Something so annoying when I first heard it was like, shut the fuck up, you know? But it's true, because at some point in time, like somebody that's sharing or a speaker that's sharing, you're gonna relate to a nugget
you
of
can
some
relate
sort.
to something
Always.
that anybody is sharing if
For
you
sure.
will take the cotton out of your ears,
Yeah.
put it in your mouth, and actually listen to what they're saying.
Yeah.
You become present in the moment.
Because
of
why?
what they're-
'Cause that's where.
God lives.
That's right.
He only lives in the here and now.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't live in yesterday. He doesn't live in your trauma. He doesn't live in the future. He lives right here in this moment, in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And for our listeners, it's right now when you're listening to it. That's the moment.
Yeah.
You know, like that's where God lives. And I know you said that spirituality was like you didn't almost basically non-existent. But what's happening to you now is spiritual experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I also love about in NA. We have a reading, and at the end of it, it says this is a spiritual, not religious program known as Narcotics Anonymous.
Yep.
You know, and what's cool about that for me is like you can have religion if you want to have religion, or you can have just a little, something that there's a power greater than you.
Yep.
And even if you don't want to believe in a force of nature, believe in the group of drunks that's sitting right there in the room.
Totally.
And
You know, that have done it before you.
Mhm.
Exactly. And like the other day, somebody was saying, you know, yeah, sometimes we repeat ourselves. We tell the same thing, you know,
Sure.
when it comes to different topics, but it brings up the same stories, you know, but somebody new hasn't heard it yet. You know, somebody hasn't gotten that nugget out of what you're saying, you know. So if you repeat yourself or tell the same story, you know, because we all have the same story or whatever, it's still going somewhere.
Yep.
Well, not only that, think about this, and this is like I learned this early on too, because I stumbled quite some time for a while, but after maintaining a little bit of sobriety, is that the repeating is important for us, or at least for me, because I forget how terrible I was. I forget that how easily things all of a sudden, how close I am to a drink or a drug.
That's how people relapse, because they
Correct.
forget where they were from.
For
and
sure.
They need that reminder.
Completely. And I'm definitely one of those, you know, it's like the little things start to, you stop doing the things that gave you your life, you know, and gave you the peace. And it's like
Don't rest on your laurels.
100%. And
Say that all the time.
we say it all the time, because both Chad and I have definitely done
rested
that, you
on
know?
our laurels.
Same.
And the things and the promises and all of like stuff that I used to look at thinking that like, oh, if I get this, if I have that, you know, then I'll be happier, then I'll feel like fulfilled, or feel some type of worth, you know. It doesn't really matter anymore if I'm not doing the things, because if I cannot live inside my own head and be peaceful within myself, I'm going to pick up again. I have.
Yeah.
And so it's like the cliches and the things and like the repetitiveness, sometimes it is annoying, because depending on the day and depending on what's happening for us individually, but it is important, because you have that one person that walked in that hasn't heard it before, and then you also have me,
Yeah.
Miss Stubborn, having to get a constant reminder of like, no, this is right where I'm supposed to be, because X, Y, and Z.
Yep. And those new people walking in, they're contributing to sobriety
For
just
sure.
as much as we are, you know. It's
Hell yeah, there's many times that when I see a newcomer, I'm like, fuck yeah, thank you God that I'm right here today and not where I used to be.
Yep.
You know, because it's very easy to forget
Yeah.
like how far we have come.
Yeah.
And how much progress we have made, because we tend to be so self-consumed with like currently what's happening right now that needs to get done in our own personal lives that is like fucked up, that when you go to a meeting and you see the newcomer that has like 24 hours, then it's like, damn, thank you God for getting me right now to where I'm at today, because I know you remember that struggle of just like you feel hopeless. You feel like you can't even put together 12 hours, let alone 10 days or 12 days or 30 days, or it just seems like never gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Or one-
And like that's I get it, because I used to, and I still struggle, like, I force myself to go to meetings. I don't regret it when I leave one, but I've always been such a pain in the ass to my sponsor about, like, oh, I don't want to go to a meeting,
Yeah.
But it's so important because, like, we got to hear those things.
Yeah, we do need that reminder, because once we just get too comfortable and thinking,
sure.
well, life's actually getting good now.
Yeah.
Got my job back, got my money.
I have my relationships are back.
Yeah.
Like, people actually want to talk to me and,
Yeah.
deal with me now.
Yeah, everybody's healthy relationships. I'm getting along with my parents.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm not lying anymore.
Yeah.
Like, little things like that is, also, I learned to be like, those are scary moments too.
It's all about humility, right?
For sure. And
Yeah.
God has no problem humbling your ass real fucking quick.
Real quick. Yeah. And lose it all in a second.
Oh, in a second.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wouldn't change it. And that's where I do feel like we are lucky, as hard as it is to initially start the recovery process. I do feel grateful for us that we do have, or at least I guess I have the disease, because we get this free tool guide to live life on life's terms, as opposed to a normie. They have to actively seek some type of something.
Yeah.
Even though I think that if they picked up a 12-step book, they would highly benefit.
Everybody could benefit
For
from
sure.
it. Everybody, even non-addicts or alcoholics. It's just
I agree.
it's a way of life,
It really is.
And like you said, a pattern, like everyday repetitive stuff, but that's what keeps us sober.
Consistency.
Yeah. And somebody told me sobriety is sober of thought, soberness of thought, but God, I can't remember the rest of the line. But there's a difference between sober and sobriety, apparently, but I forgot. But
I wonder. Now I'm curious what the saying is. Okay. Yeah, ask ChatGPT. How's your relationship with your mom?
it's great, actually. She actually got sober around the time that I got sober for that 90 days.
Oh, wow.
She was hospitalized because of drinking. Obviously, losing my sister caused her to drink pretty heavy, spent a lot of time in her bedroom, was pretty much depressed for a couple of years, and finally drank so much that her stomach started bloating, almost like she was pregnant with twins, basically. And she got airlifted to a hospital and spent a week in there. And she's going on 2 years sobriety almost.
Wow.
And she comes to the meeting with me. We chair meetings together sometimes. And everybody thinks it's incredible. Like a mother and son who we used to be drinking buddies. Every time I'd see her, she'd be like, let me pour you a shot and get you a beer. I'd take a shot, pound the beer. And that was my mom and I, just buddies. And then now that we're both sober and we go to meetings together every day and we get to spend time together and share meetings and build all these friendships we have so many mutual friends. My mom and I have the healthiest relationship we've ever had, and we get along great. And I'm proud of her because she would have died if she kept going that direction. She's 70 years old and she's healthy and chipper as can be now. Like, I don't even recognize her. She's not the same person as 3 years ago. So
Wow.
it's amazing that we both got sober, though. So
And relatively around the same time, too.
yep, around the same time. And people come in all the time and comment. They're like, mother and son, that is so cool, And we chair meetings together, and we're just kind of like, we both have the same sense of humor, and we make the meetings fun, not so serious all the time.
Yeah.
We just have that attitude, and it's great. I'm so proud of her, though. Shout out to my mom.
Yeah, for
Meg.
sure. I'm sure she's super proud of you, too.
Yeah, I think she is. She told me the other day, the fact that I am, traveling out here to meet you guys and just taking this, my podcast so seriously. And just every time I do an interview, I I have this excitement because I'm like, I just heard a story from this guy from Australia or the UK, or I interviewed a guy in Africa the other day. And I was just like, they have so many different stories. Like this guy in Africa said that people thought that his alcoholism was some kind of witchcraft or curse or whatever, because in his country, they just think it's weird to be an addict or whatever. It's just so many interesting stories from so many different people. And I come back and, I anonymously share the stories that I hear. And my mom's like, I'm so proud of you. You're just so into this. And I feel like this is your passion. And I feel like it's keeping you sober, so it really is just talking to people. And
I mean, you can make a career out of it. Our good buddy Ian Bick is just crushing it, man. Do you know his podcast?
No, I don't.
It's what is it called, Emily? Yep. It's so his whole get down is not sobriety. It's about, so he's kind of like a not somebody you would think would go to prison, and the dude ended up in federal prison. They called him the locked in, yeah, locked in with Ian Bick, and then he ended up doing something with Mr. Beast, and I mean he blew up this year.
Beast is huge.
Yeah, he did
I think Mr. Beast, like they ended up, like he got locked up.
he took him to
30
a
days,
jail.
I think.
Yeah,
something crazy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You should start following him. He's a great dude. And he what's that guy from Hawaii? He had the fake ID from that TV show. That's what they call Ian on the when he was in prison. You don't remember at all?
No, I was thinking they would call him the dude from Sandlot.
What's that?
Yeah.
No.
Benity Jet Rodriguez.
Nope. I know.
I can't remember what they
Squints?
call him.
Squints. Squints.
That's
Wendy
not it.
Peppercorn.
Yeah. Yes.
Definitely not it.
Yeah.
Definitely not it. But anyways, yeah, just you should follow Ian Bick. Locked in with Ian Bick. He's a cool dude.
I'll check it out. You said fake ID from a TV show or a movie?
No, he was
McLovin or something?
McLovin.
Yeah.
Oh, McLovin.
was right, McLovin.
You were. You hit it.
Yeah,
That's
in
what-
prison. That's what he got nicknamed.
Great nickname.
It is a great nickname.
McLovin.
Yeah.
And his whole get down though is he interviews people that have done prison time, and
That's cool.
and he interviews prison guards and gang members that are out of prison, and just like how the flow of drugs go in and out of all kinds of stuff,
interesting.
cell phones, good stuff.
Yeah, I heard that. Like, I interviewed a guy the other day who did prison time, and he was talking about smuggling. He didn't do it, but he was talking about how they got drugs into prison. Smuggling by,
Yep.
Keystering it.
Yeah, I had to delete that part, but it was just kind of like, man, they really are committed to that. I mean,
For
you can
sure.
get. Apparently, it's more accessible in prison than it is outside
I
sometimes.
know.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It is scary.
Yeah.
But that's why it's important, and that's why I think it's like so cool that everyone is doing, their own spin on their podcasts and different versions of stuff, because the more people that can hear about a journey, because we believe here that there's many avenues to sobriety, like not the way that I do it, not the way that Chad does it, not the way that you do it. It's just like there's many variations that you can maintain your sobriety.
Yeah.
But it's really getting the word out there of like breaking the stigma. First of all, like there's not a problem. There's nothing wrong with somebody having a problem and reaching out for help, because I think the biggest misconception is that there's no help available.
Or there's judgment.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, there's actually a lot of help that's available. It's being able to pick up that heavy weighted phone and reach out for it and take that initial step, and that you're not alone regardless of like where you feel that you're at. And it's like having the different platforms and voices and stories that circulate the internet, essentially.
Yeah, you can say that so many of these podcasts, they all talk recovery, but no, everybody's got their own
For
spin,
sure.
their own style, and it's a little different. I'll check out 6 or 7 different podcasts, and I get something different out of every one of them, and it's like we're all doing it and spreading the word, and it's opening the doors for recovery.
The more we can spread the word, the more that people can hear about recovery, the better it is, man.
Make it popular.
And make it also like
Make
cool.
recovery like the cool thing to do, man.
And that's what it's becoming. I mean,
For sure. Like sobriety isn't, when I first thought about sobriety, I was like, oh no, it's like my life is over. I'm going to be basically like just like a dud. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking, but I think that's like the biggest thing too, is that you have so many people that are now public with their own journey that you wouldn't even think. Anthony Hopkins just celebrated like 50 years of sobriety, and he's a savage.
Yeah,
crazy.
And it's important for people to, because everybody goes through something.
Yep.
It's not always. It doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol. It's a variety of things that people struggle with from childhood to in your like adult life. But the problem is you doing nothing about it.
Do you think when you get sober, you're becoming who you were meant to be, or you're becoming who you actually were before you use? Because I feel like a lot of people say their lives are 10 times better than when they use, so we don't regret all the trials and tribulations and obstacles and use, you know, because we ended up becoming even better than we thought we were.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I
I've been
think
hearing that a lot.
I think you step into who you're supposed to be, who God made us all to be.
Yeah.
You are now in a right mind and clarity to step into that like full force purpose. I feel like honestly, what's crazy is like doing the podcast and having so many different people on, and you hear about how alcohol and wine and stuff is called spirits, right? I do think that alcohol is like a form of like the devil. Because it changes people, or it changed me. I am in the book without a doubt like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah. So it's like, what is that? And that's like a scary thing to think, so that alcohol can literally shut your brain off and my body and my mouth is still moving and I have no recollection of what the fuck is coming out of it or where I'm going or even driving a vehicle. And like, yet here we are celebrating it and like pushing it like crazy. So I do think that
it's the devil juice,
for sure, something it's been something in you to not act the way that either you were raised or that you would be okay with. Because how many times have I woken up being like so mad and like upset with how I either acted or what I did or whatever it may be. And so I think with sobriety, you know, you're stepping into who you're meant to be, but also getting comfortable with really accepting that individual, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a constant work.
Yep, it is. I mean, I just feel like so many people are happier and they like, when you look back at your past, do you feel like you accept, and when we accept that it happened, we can't turn back and change anything, but are you kind of glad it happened because it shaped who you are now?
For sure, because this is what we talked a little bit what we talked about, Emily. Humans, like, if we don't have adversity in our life, how can we experience any type of like gratefulness or thankfulness or have a testimony to share with somebody? If I didn't do all the fucked up shit that I did, and don't get me wrong, there's moments in time where sometimes it'll like something I'll remember and I'll be like, ooh, but you like work past that. But if you don't have those moments, it's like, how can you appreciate current time? How can you appreciate like us sitting around here talking about where we are today as opposed to where we were, you know, X amount of time ago?
Yeah, somebody's always told me in one of my meetings, he just says all these obstacles that come up, it's opportunities, you know, to see how you're going to respond to them, you know, because things are going to come up. Life still happens when you're sober. And we used to just numb ourselves anytime something would happen or just for the heck of it. And half our problems were because we were using. But when you're sober, you know, the things still happen, but it's just an opportunity to see like, hey, I'm growing, you know, I can get past this. I can work around this, you know, and you just got to accept it.
I think only like 5% of the things that we think and worry about actually happen. It's some small percentage, you know, and it's like, that is what, though, I will say that the steps and doing life and, and recovering has taught me it more than anything is how to react to everything that happens in my life. Do I need half the time the most of the time I don't even need to do anything except for just, you know, oh, that's a crazy thought. Here you go, God, you can have that, because like that's not reality. You got you know, and that's actually cool where if you learn like some therapeutic modalities like CBT especially, you can challenge that thought. You're like, well, is that even real?
Is
that true?
Is that true?
Is that true?
You know, like I can give you an example. Like I can catastrophize anything. You know, like for instance, I could be like, oh my God, my businesses are going to fail and this and that in my mind. Right. Yeah. And then I'm like, do you have enough money to pay your bills today? Because really all I need to, it's the only thing I got to worry about is today.
That's it.
Are my bills paid today? The answer is yes. Is everybody fed? Yes. Do I have a roof over my head? Yes. Do all my clients have roofs over their head? Yes. Yeah. Unless they ACA, and that's, you know, if they ACA and they're out there without a roof over their head, that is their choice today. Yeah. You know?
Yep. And yeah.
So, it's like gratitude, man.
Yeah, gratitude, because all the problems we think are happening are like imagining in our head. You're right. Only like 5% of them are maybe real.
If that.
Yeah.
I think it's smaller.
It might be smaller, like 2%.
Gosh, I build up the craziest scenarios.
Yeah, you build
in
the
my
case.
Head. Oh my gosh, I build up a full on like trilogy
yeah.
of crap that's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that was an easy day.
Yeah.
Well, and think about it. Think about the bandwidth it takes up in your brain and the capacity. It's like exhausting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, when I was taking Adderall, it was 10 times worse.
Really?
Back, I was prescribed it, and I stopped taking it because I realized it makes my mind race even more. You know, I'm already a pretty deep thinking person,
Sure,
you know,
yeah.
but Adderall would just make me build up all these scenarios. It caused me paranoia. You know, it was like worse than how I felt when I was doing cocaine.
Interesting.
Yeah, but even now, sober, I mean, I still build up things in my head.
Of course.
But I'm able to combat them a little bit better now,
Yeah.
little by little. It takes practice,
And
though.
it does
does.
take practice. That's, and, you
A
know,
lot.
And you get more and more tools, and you get better and better at it, and
Yeah.
you know, and we just keep trucking along. And as long as we don't get loaded, that's the truth.
Yeah,
is
that's
at the end of the day, as long as we don't get loaded,
And bills are paid, everything's good.
it's a successful day, man.
Exactly. One more day.
I'm pretty sure, you know, with my history and all the work I've already done today, you know, I can pretty much guarantee y'all
Yep.
that I'm not getting loaded today.
Yep.
Like that like I'm gonna be going home to bed tonight sober.
On your birthday.
Yeah, on my birthday.
It's pretty cool to think that that's what goes through your head now, as opposed to how many years ago?
8.5 for me.
Yeah, 8.5. You know, we wouldn't even be remembering your birthday. You know, I'd wake up and be like, all right, where's my next
I'm not
gift?"
even sure that like anybody said happy birthday to me.
No, your
on
mom
that.
came up and gave it.
No,
you stopped-
on my 8.5 years.
Oh no,
ago.
that's what I'm saying. Is like today is different than 8.5 years ago birthday, because today's birthday, his mom came into the office just to give him a hug and a kiss and to wish him a happy birthday, and so did his wife.
Oh my God.
So like 8.5 years ago, I'm sure.
And
you-
neither
Yeah.
one of them wanted to
Nobody
do that
would
8.5
care, yeah.
years ago.
No.
I guarantee
Yeah.
you that.
Yeah. Nobody would have talked to me.
Donna was probably.
You probably had an ankle monitor on, and Donna was probably like, "Stay the fuck away from me."
I think 2 years ago, when I was on one of my last benders, I was drinking on the beach by myself on my birthday. Just pure loneliness, because it's like, oh, well, I lost all my relationships again, the ones that I repaired.
Again. Yeah,
Again.
that's my
Yeah.
fucking story of my life.
Yeah. So when I was in treatment, I was like, all right, I'm going to make amends and keep my promises this time, you know, because the promises are important.
It's true. Our word.
Yeah.
You know,
Word is everything.
it is.
In the program of Narcotics Anonymous, we have one promise. One. Alcoholics Anonymous has the promises, and they're pretty dope.
They are dope. They are dope.
But in Narcotics Anonymous, we have one promise to our members, and that's freedom from active addiction. But what I like to tell people is, with freedom from active addiction, you can have everything else you want in life. Everything.
Yeah.
If you can accomplish freedom from active addiction, are you falling asleep? Am I boring you?
No, I was.
I'm just playing. It kind of looked like you're on your phone, but
Oh, was
but
it? I was. There's.
just picking your nails.
Uh-huh.
No, freedom is a big word.
It is,
I love
but freedom from active, like, and what that means to me though is like, today I have lost the desire to use. Like, I have no desire to get loaded.
Yeah.
You know, we were at an event last night, and I went over to the bar, because it wasn't like a sober event, it was a regular event. And I went over to the bar, and like everybody had drinks, like, not, you know, they had mocktails. And I thought that they were all mocktails, so I ordered a matcha drink.
It was basically not the mocktail version.
It was not the mocktail version. And I like have it in my hand, and I'm meeting this other chick that was sober, and the lady that was throwing the event is sober, and I'm standing with them, and I don't know, I just felt like the drink seemed weird.
Yeah.
And so I took a sip of it, and I was like, fuck, man.
it was spiked.
And it was spiked for sure. And then my immediate reaction was, I wonder if they can smell the alcohol. And I wonder if they think I'm fucking drinking.
Yeah.
So
My immediate thought was I would have drank the thing and called it like.
a free lapse.
Yeah.
That ain't a free
I didn't
lapse.
know.
But that would lead to like 10 more for
Oh
me.
my God.
Yeah,
no.
if
For
you
sure.
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
that it didn't taste right.
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
And I was like, I'm not having another drink, because
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know.
Then you're gone.
Yeah.
yeah, I might be, but you might not, y'all might not see me again. Because the way the last one went,
Yeah.
I'm lucky to be
For
here.
sure.
every.
I mean, the
I-
cops
gets
tried to
worse.
kill me.
Yeah.
That's how bad it got.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that every relapse is worse than the other.
It is.
I don't get that because I was always telling myself when I was going to relapse, I was like, this will be easy.
Nope,
I know
it's
how to-"
worse.
No.
Times a million.
Yeah. And I don't know why, because you're not happy during that last relapse. You never have fun with it. Like, you're not enjoying using.
I told myself
Miserable.
this time there's going to be like, you know, women in bikinis around the rock pool. There's going to, you know, I thought it was going to be like a hip hop fucking video, you know, like people dancing.
Big Pimpin' by Jay-Z.
Big
Yeah.
Pimpin' by
Yeah,
Chad
yeah.
C, right?
by Chad.
By fucking Chaddock. Big Pimpin' at Chaddock C.
No,
Huh?
not at all. And boy, were you wrong.
I was wrong. One time I was in such a deep psychosis on my last one that like I had gone to the store and I had bought a bunch of like Grey Goose and fucking, you know, high-end alcohol.
Yeah.
And
baller.
and like I was pouring drinks for the fucking shadow people, man.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
I'm not fucking lying.
Oh,
'Cause
lined
what-
up shots.
what-
for-
That's fucking dark.
What
bro.
I thought was happening is that like everybody was hiding from me, but I was still like, fuck it, you know what? I'm gonna get them drunk, whatever. And then like so I'd pour the drinks and then I'd go upstairs and that's when they would fucking come out of the, you know, wherever they were hiding from and they
Oh.
would drink and everybody was partying behind my back. That's how it ended. For
I had
me.
that psychosis before.
Like
yeah.
that is
I
like
was in bed.
fucking sad, dude.
Yeah, I was in bed and I thought my whole family, even people from Nashville and Boise, Idaho, all came out and they're sitting in the living room waiting for me for like a week. I hear them talking out there. I was hearing voices of them talking about me. So I just kept drinking in my room and I would just sneak to the bathroom and go back to my room and I would just avoid them because I thought they were actually there. And I'm like, nobody was there. I was alone in my house the whole time.
I had
So sad.
Yeah, it
at this
is.
during the same time, all the mirrors in my house were two-way mirrors. So
Oh my
everybody,
God.
there was like everybody would sit on the other side. It was so fucking bad.
How many days were you awake?
Like I was staying up for a lot, a lot. Like a fucking like the boss that I thought I was. You know, I'd buy
Running shit.
buy a pound of meth at a time. And
Were you working or dealing or what was going on?
nothing, just fucking getting everybody loaded. All them shadow people.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody was on the other side of the fucking and just I couldn't get in the shower because as soon as I'd take my clothes off, everybody would start laughing at me from the other side of the mirrors. It was terrible.
Like
It
that
was
is like no,
bro, it is like straight fucking if you want to get information from somebody, like if you want to make somebody crack, do this to them. Do what happened to me. You know, I never actually cracked, but I was so close to fucking losing my mind.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know,
Dang.
in my book that I'm writing currently, you guys are gonna read these times in my life is that I was actually in like a CIA training fucking mission where they like just
see.
take you to the very brink of
To try to break.
to try to break you, because if you're in the CIA and you get captured, they want to know if you're gonna break or not.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you guys, I never broke. I never broke, and I don't want to give away the book, and I don't want to tell you how I didn't.
I'm reading it. I'm going to read
I
it.
don't want to tell you how I didn't break, but I will tell you that part of it was a meditation. You know, this I haven't actually written this part of the book. I'm about there, you know, but it's pretty gnarly, dude.
It's crazy. Yeah. The hallucinations and the audible.
Oh, the auto, and I had visuals as well, and it was whatever you were the most scared of.
Yeah.
Which happened to be snakes. I was in a pit of fucking snakes,
No,
bro.
I don't even want to hear about it because I'll dream about
That's
it tonight.
frightening.
And that's like one of my biggest ones too. Is snakes.
And I was
at
going
the,
through withdrawals, spiders across the screen.
Oh, that's another one too.
at the very end, I did meet Jesus and the devil at the same time.
It's insane.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I had a song by Drake repeating in my head nonstop, and I kept looking and turning the music off.
Could you hear it
I was
like him
off,
actually singing?
actually
it too?
singing.
That's happened to
It
me
was such
too.
a trip.
It's fucking amazing.
The lyrics are still stuck in my head.
Really, what song was it?
Gosh dang, what was it? Started from the bottom.
Shut up! I was
Yeah.
literally just
Yeah.
gonna say it started from the
Yeah,
bottom. Now
and it
I'm
was
here.
just like started from the bottom. Now my whole team's fucking.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like all day, and I was kept trying to turn off every freaking electronic device.
Oh, he
in my
doesn't
house.
know that he was in a CIA fucking
Yeah, he was
concentration
too.
camp.
Maybe that inspired.
That's
rock bottom.
actually one
Seriously.
of the. That's
oh
one
my
of the,
gosh.
That's
it
one of
kinda.
the. That's one of the songs they use. Started from the bottom.
I mean,
Now
it's a
we
good
here.
recovery song now, you know.
Seriously.
That was the song repeating in my head when I was on a 30-day bender on coke and alcohol.
Oh no. But yeah, your podcast, your the name.
I like
And
Rock
it's good.
Bottom, dude. Rock Bottom's fucking dope.
Rock
And it's-
bottom with Ryan. We're
yeah,
gonna come out
I
with
say
merch pretty soon,
Oh, nice.
and I'm gonna start selling that on my website. So
Okay, so people-
rock bottom apparel. Yeah,
Okay, so people that are listening, if they want to follow you and support you, where do they go?
they go to Rock Bottom with Ryan on Instagram and TikTok, and emails rockbottomwithryan@gmail.com. Or go to rockbottomwithryan.com to my website. You can see
Nice.
clips from the show and all that. But yeah,
Oh,
I'm most active on Instagram. I'm on YouTube and Spotify as well.
Nice.
Spotify videos. So got about 80 episodes out now, and gonna kind of just keep improving every season. You know, new guests, bringing in some repeat guests. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love to hear stories. So
I
Yeah.
love that you're doing that, man. Good for you. And you know, I feel like a lot of people put out seasons, and we never
do. We
never
just,
did.
like,
We
do the
never did
million
it.
episodes
We
a
never
week.
did a fucking season, Emily.
We never stop.
What season are we on?
Technically, we're year
Alright,
round.
so like
we're
100
year round. We're WWE schedule.
every
you guys
100
just
is a
release
season.
episodes without a season number.
No.
Yeah, we just
do
did a
episodes.
number.
Yeah, I mean,
I
only
think
doing
it's
this 6
cool
months,
'cause
but
so
I'm on
many
season
people
3. I'm like,
did
this
it.
rate I'll have.
I
Like
feel like
50
seasons
seasons.
are smart.
Yeah.
I feel like seasons are really, huh?
Yeah.
Oh no, I feel like it would just say like season 1 and then that would be it, and then the episodes.
Oh yeah.
You know?
How do you number your episodes? Like S11,
S1 E1, S1 E2.
S1 E2.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah. So now I'm on season 3, episode 24. So, but I had 12. I wanted to do 12 episodes for the first season for the 12 steps, and then 24 for 24 hours of the day.
cool.
So I'm gonna go back and forth on that. But
Cool.
no, I love it. I mean,
80. I mean, we just dropped our 300th episode, so 80's a good spot to be, where you're at right now. You know,
yeah.
when we started, we dropped 5, and then we cut back to 3 just because we've got other shit going on, and not 3. We do 3 because we have Patreon.
But what's inspiring me to want to do more is like watching a lot of your guys' content and the cool things you do outside of the studio.
Yeah,
That's the kind of stuff I want to get into too. Like, I mean, watching you guys really helps me want to grow.
that's
So
that's
know
where
that.
you,
Thank you.
that's where you get a lot of growth. Like one our one of our biggest things that we get the most views and likes and comments and just general traffic.
Yeah.
And what we have become known for over the last how long you think 6 months? It's been longer than 6 months. A year. We've been doing our the Costco.
No, I
hauls.
think for probably like 7 or 8 months.
Wow.
I know
the-
our old co-host was still here when we started
Yeah.
him. So and he's been gone for over 6 months.
Yeah.
Since he's been gone since July 4th, basically.
That stuff's really cool though. The Costco runs and the free hugs and all that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really shows that you're out there reaching people. Even if they're not in recovery, you're still
Totally.
making an imprint on people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we want to show people that I mean, beyond recovery, and what was kind of cool about how we ended up with the name, the Hopeaholics. We just want to give hope to everybody,
Yeah.
because whether you're an addict or not an addict, we all know what it feels like to hurt inside. And the difference between us and normal people is that we tried to the solution to our pain or our feelings or our trauma was a substance. And that's really not our problem. Our problem is our ability to walk through the pain, the trauma, the hurt, we're addicts.
Discomfort,
The
loneliness.
discomfort. That's why, like, they call it a disease, and I love to call it a dis-ease, because, like, we have a dis-ease about us. I can go back to before I ever used a substance, before I ever got fucking molested, before anything, and I felt different than everybody else.
I
Yeah.
think it's also because, like, as much as we probably don't want to admit it, we're like ultra sensitive humans.
It's very
We
sensitive.
are sensitive. beings.
Extremely sensitive,
Yeah.
but we're also extremely like bright and talented
Yeah.
and
Driven.
and driven, and we are spiritual, you
Yeah.
know, and like we just try to shove shit in
Mhm.
this fucking hole that nothing but spirituality can truly
Exactly.
fill. I always say
Feel.
fill.
Phil.
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 Your boy Phil.
Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil.
Phil's the rapper.
Yep.
Is that who you were thinking?
Uh huh.
For real?
For real.
What's his rap name? Something the Dragon.
Yep.
That's not helpful.
Phil the dragon.
Just something the Dragon. Come on, these guys. Phil, what's your name? He probably doesn't get this deep into the episodes. Probably doesn't watch.
Yeah, I
them all.
don't forget.
Huh?
Damn.
I like his rap though.
Yeah.
Natalie was right. It was 8. We've been doing it for 8 months. Our first one was April 4th.
Wow.
April 4th. Wow. April 4th.
Go them.
We started doing Costco hauls, and the reason why we started doing it is our treatment centers. We buy food for them, and the prices
I'll
online
take credit for that.
had gone up so much.
I'll take credit for that.
How are you going to
movement.
take credit?
Because I brought it to your attention.
Which part?
The price is going up so much.
The price of
Groceries.
what does that have to do with the price of beans? I don't know. Don always says that to me when I say something that doesn't make sense.
So you
He'll be
guys
like,
How does that not make sense? I brought it up in a meeting, and that's when we decided to start shopping.
we were
You
like,
guys
we're
go there
gonna
and
go-
buy
together.
bulk food and bring it back to the recovery center.
yeah.
Yeah, for just like our
So that's what
different
we're doing in
facilities
there. We're literally shopping
for our
for
houses.
probably 150 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
My favorite Costco haul of all time, though, is when her and I were Napoleon Dynamite for Halloween.
Saw that. Vote for Pedro.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And bro, it was so good. And the guy in the middle of it that was like, he sees
Oh.
me and he was like, what? He's like, Napoleon. And I was like, hang on a second. Let me go get somebody. And I grab her and she comes over and he's like, do you guys know each other? And then he starts playing the Napoleon
Yeah.
Dynamite
He
song
was
on
super.
his.
He was a super fan of the movie.
Oh,
for sure.
wow.
And it was
That
like,
movie was filmed in Idaho.
it was like,
Was it?
Yeah.
It was like the best fucking day ever for me. That guy's
That's
reaction
hilarious.
was incredible.
And then his little dance.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did
He
that.
had
He could do
little-
that little head thing that
Uh-huh.
I can't do. That
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be.
Spirit
able to do
fingers
it.
I can do, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a good time. That was like my favorite one, and then I almost got us kicked out of Costco like the next one after.
I
that.
feel like that one was like my favorite one from like a editing perspective.
Oh, for like as far as like how
Just
we
the
look,
vibe.
we look like AIs.
and
We didn't even
cool,
look
and
real.
how Emily did like the whole like retro going back. I felt like that was just like such a cool one.
Yeah,
But we're
but we
venting
have
it
a good
off.
time.
Yeah, I want to do
Doing
stuff like that. You know, I'm meeting up with my co-host Rachel in Florida coming up soon, and then we're gonna try to just shoot some content and try to make it more like fun and exciting. Because most of my stuff is the clips right now from the episodes.
Yeah, of course,
But I want to
but-
do other stuff. I want people to see how I am outside of
Yeah.
the podcast. So That
You're
helps.
already killing it. Like you just started, and look at how much you've done.
thank you. Yeah, I worked really hard on it.
Yeah.
Put my heart and soul into it.
For sure.
Yeah, and
it.
continue doing that, man. We
Yeah.
we put our heart and soul into this whole this industry of helping people. And I feel like when I started doing this, I was just not made for it, and now I feel like I'm made for it.
You are. I mean,
You
when I
know.
watch you guys talk, even like when you go off on a good tangent on something, I'm like, these people genuinely care. You know, they genuinely care about.
What
talking
people
about.
kept telling me in the
Thank you.
beginning is just be your authentic self. I didn't even know what that really meant in the beginning, but now it's like the shit that I think in my brain, I oftentimes just like I'll be thinking like this morning I was thinking, and I just put it into Chat GPT so it would help me write the content for me to do what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And I fucking I love it. It's me. You know, I like to rant. I'm in my 50 Cent era right now. So
I
I'm
love
like,
50 Cent. Oh my god.
so I'm like being petty and I'm talking shit and I want to stir up fucking petty
Guy messes with
controversy.
all the haters.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah, he's like, even he said, LeBron, why you laughing? You're
I know.
next.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was the
yes, I
best.
can't wait for this.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait for that.
50 Cent, yeah, I think he's doing the world a favor.
He's
sure.
doing the world
He's
a
saying all
favor.
the things
He just doesn't. You know what I like about him is he you know, he's so big that he can say whatever he wants. He kept it real. He kept it gangster.
Yeah.
You can't really.
Nobody's messing with
Nobody's
No.
nobody's gonna mess with him. Dude, fucking already survived 7 shots.
Totally got
Yeah.
shot in the fucking face. Like,
Yeah, like-
no one's messing with
Yeah.
you, dude.
Like,
He's the real
you know,
deal.
and then
Yeah.
he goes on Oprah, and the lady says, "I know we're off on another last
Yeah, we
tangent."
are.
And he
but-
doesn't drink either, right?
I don't think
He
so.
said he just didn't like smoking weed or drinking because he wanted to be aware of
Yes.
the surroundings
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he was dealing and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he said on Oprah, asked him, "What happened to the guy that shot you?" And he's like, "Oh, he's
Oh,
dead.
yeah.
He's dead. He died like 2 weeks later."
I know. He says
Like-
he's so good at giving information without incriminating himself.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. He's like, you know, what happened to the person is just kind of what he had coming.
yeah.
It's like, all right.
He got shot like I got shot, but he ain't fucking breathing.
Many men wish death on me.
You know, that's like literally the song. Fucking
I know.
about, like the hit on that fucking dude after he got shot.
For
Yep.
sure.
Anyways, man, thanks for coming
Yeah,
on
thank
the
you so
show.
much.
Thanks for having me. This was
Flying in.
Yes.
awesome coming in and meeting you guys
Yeah.
and talking to you. Like, seriously, it's really motivates me. I love it.
Yeah, and
So.
congratulations shout out to you and your mom.
Thank
So
you.
keep
And to
going.
Rachel.
Good.
Appreciate it.
And to
Let's not
Rachel.
forget
Yes,
about
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yes, Rachel.
Shout out to Rachel.
Gotta have a good co-host.
That's
man.
right.
Yeah, she's
Yes,
amazing.
you do.
We're gonna start
You
doing.
got one.
We're gonna start doing some more in-person ones together soon too, and
Oh,
try
nice.
to get to that because we're doing everything remotely, right now. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm
Awesome.
loving it. Loving it.
Slowly and surely.
But watching your guys' show and stuff, it just inspires. So thank you.
And what's
you.
cool is like eventually, I mean, like people hit us up and then they fly in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I have my thing is I want this experience because when you're done, we're gonna take a picture right now,
Yeah.
and then look at that wall behind you.
You're signing.
You're signing that, bitch.
Yes.
Yep.
I was gonna ask if I can sign that wall.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, man. Thanks
Awesome.
for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.